What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trent, as usual. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day today. Now, y'all know I'm a sports head. I love myself some basketball. Y'all know I'm a Duke fan. So we got to talk about Duke versus UNC because it's popping off. And I got to say, it's a staple in sports, period, point blank. Like, this is the greatest rivalry in sports history. We could talk about the Lakers Celtics. You can talk about the Boston Red Sox versus the New York Yankees. I don't care. Argue which mama. Duke versus UNC is higher than that. These are two legendary programs who constantly battle one another. We have UNC favoring or winning the overall head-to-head matchup 145 to 117. Over the last 100 meetings, we, Duke, are winning 51 to 49. Since 1977, UNC and Duke have actually split the last 114 meetings. 57 wins and losses for each team, for you math heads. And the longest win streak, which I actually think will not get broken, is 16 by UNC. They won that in 1920 through 1921 through 1928. And again, I don't think that'll get broken by either squad, to be honest with you. And they caught us when we were early, right? And we weren't at our peak years, right? We had to build up to our dominance a little bit longer than they did. So they got us at a down period. But this rivalry, though, is phenomenal. And we have an upcoming battle that features Duke versus UNC yet again. You see it twice, maybe sometimes three, hell, even possibly 4 times in the season. Here's the thing. My Blue Devils are ranked in the top 25. UNC, at least point in time, they not. Duke has actually, we've been ranked number 1 to number 12 during the season. Like, again, top 25. UNC has been ranked as high as number 9 to not making the NCAA tournament. Like they might actually miss March Madness. Yeah, that's kind of crazy when you think about it. Let's even state that versus ranked opponents, UNC this season is at least they've won 1 game and they've lost 6. Duke, on the other hand, we've won 2 and lost 2. Technically, if you want to count Clemson, right? I hear that's now we lost 3 games instead of 2. But still, we're a little bit better off than UNC. You can even say, hey, UNC's played more ranked teams. I hear you. We played some pretty stout teams. Now, expectation, and again, I'm not talking trash, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just stating facts. I'm honest with y'all. Now, the expectations for this Duke UNC, because again, I did kind of maybe down UNC a little bit right there, right? So let's kind of lift them up a little bit. I know it's crazy. A Duke fan about to lift up a UNC squad. Let's talk about it, though, because my expectations for Duke versus UNC, we are at UNC's house, so I do expect for them to play with a little bit more pride, right? I expect them to throw an early punch and hit us in the mouth. Us again, meaning Duke. Like I expect UNC to kind of make some shots early. Like I genuinely do expect that. I expect Duke to win, but UNC does have a shot. Now, last game, like I said, we played home. UNC shot relatively well field goal percentage-wise. Really, across the board, it wasn't bad. They shot 47% from the field, 37% from the 3, and 79% from the free throw line. Against most teams, you're going to win that game. They even won the second half because they competed more. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, even though, yes, I told you guys we have been basically the better team all season. Yes, we've been the better ranked or the higher ranked team all season. Yes, UNC is potentially missing the March Madness tournament, although there is time for them to come back into the fold. UNC does have a shot still. Again, going back to our history, it's a long one where UNC 1 has actually favored the overall record. And again, going back to 1977, we've split the matchups. So maybe they want that tiebreaker for this season. Like they've also beaten us in years where we thought we were going to win. Keep in mind, Coach K's last year. I daggone sure thought we were going to win. And y'all remember how that went. So again, they can win this game, ladies and gentlemen. My only issue is how will UNC receive a strong punch back? Because again, I did say they're going to punch us in the mouth, right? I do expect us to punch them back. Like last time, we went up 30, we meaning Duke, and UNC ultimately made it a 17-point game at the end of the game, still favoring us though. And that happens too. Keep in mind, when you go up, some teams at the end of the game fight back and they score a little bit more. But if you go down early again, that's kind of demoralizing if you're a team. So especially if you're giving your best effort, again, I expect them to hit us in the mouth. I expect us to hit them in the mouth right back. And over those ranked teams for UNC, if we look at teams like Kansas, well, teams like Florida, they've gone down as much as 12 points and 15 points. And they came back and could have potentially won those games. They lost by 3 to Kansas, who was number 1 at the time, and they lost by 6 to Florida, who was number 7 at the time. Again, they were both down at the half, double-digit points during those games. Auburn and Alabama has also shown, though, that they can get dog walked pretty well. Now, again, this is Duke that we're talking about, so they are going to have a little more oomph you're expecting. And again, we just beat the hell out of them last time. So I do expect for them to play with a little bit more energy, a little bit more pride. But my final predictions, again, I told y'all Duke wins. I'm expecting somewhere between 10 to 15 points personally. I can see, again, UNC winning. I can even see that point disparity being like a 3 to 5 point game, or maybe it's a buzzer beater, whatever the case may be. But I'm leaning for whatever reason, like 78 to 67, something like that, because I do believe our defense, meaning Duke, is going to be too much. It's going to be too much versus UNC. I see Cooper Flagg getting about 17 plus points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. I see RJ Davis, because it's his final game, having about 15 points. And again, farewell. Well, let's put a question mark around that, because he should have been gone a long time ago by my estimation, but he keeps coming back. Oh my gosh, he's like a cockroach, I swear to God. But he's a good player, and I'm expecting him to do well, especially in his last game against the rival. You got to expect that. But I think the person who has the most pressure in this game is Elliot Cadeau, because you have to entice the UNC fan base to say, hey, we're going to be okay next year. Again, RJ Davis could potentially be leaving. I'm pretty confident he's leaving. Next season, you do get a quality player in Caleb Wilson. He's the number 7 player in the 2025 class from high school. So you get him paired with Elliot Cadeau, who can actually play make. Let's say Ian Jackson comes into the fold. He's already starting, and his scoring upticks a little bit more. Maybe we have something, UNC fans. Maybe y'all have something. But if Elliot Cadeau cannot seem like he can lead the squad, maybe Ian Jackson usurps Elliot Cadeau, and that's going to be weird from a confidence perspective. So UNC fans, I'd be paying attention to Elliot Cadeau this upcoming season. Oh, by the way, did I also mention that Caleb Wilson for next year's UNC class, again, power forward, y'all need some height, right? Because we outclass y'all, especially this season, in height across the board. He's playing on the same AAU team as Carlos Boozer's sons, who have committed to Duke University. So again, when we talk about the greatest rivalry in sports, ladies and gentlemen, again, these players are coming from high school. They played on the same AAU team, and now we get to see 2 top 10 players, 3 top 20 players battle it out against one another. You got to enjoy Duke versus UNC, because here's the thing too. This won't be the last time you see something like this. We'll have more storylines. We'll have more entertainment. Again, that's Duke versus UNC, baby. If you don't understand the excitement and hype that I have, tune in, because wait for the recap, because I hope we put belt to tail like we did last time. I ain't talking trash. I'm just here stating facts. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please let me know what y'all thought about the show, also about the Duke-UNC rivalry. Do y'all agree that it's the best rivalry in all of sports? I would love to talk about it. But that's all the time I have with you all, ladies and gentlemen, right now. So please like, subscribe, comment, tell anybody who's anybody about the show. My name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. Hope you all have a good one. Take care.